So what you see on this whiteboard, there are two resistances drawn, R1 and R2. Now these resistances can be connected in two different ways. They can be connected in series and they can be connected in parallel. And the third connection is they can be connected in series and parallel in a circuit. Now here you see resistance R1. So resistance R1 is a fixed resistance, and so also resistance R2 is a fixed resistance. Now so far they are not connected. Now for R1 I have written two terminals, A1 and A2. For R2 I have written terminals B1 and B2. So through A1 current enters R1 and through A2 current leaves R1. Now similarly through B1 current enters R1 and leaves through B2. So A1 and B1 are the starting ends of resistance R1 and R2, whereas A2 and B2 are the finishing ends of resistance R1 and R2. Now if I want to connect them in series, what I do is I just join it here. So in connecting like this, what I have done is the finishing end of R1 I have connected to the starting end of R2. So a series connection is an end-to-end connection of resistances, where the finishing end of one resistance is connected to the starting of the other, and the supply is always given across beginning of the first and ending of the last. So I'll give the supply to this. So what voltage I am applying to this circuit is V volts. So V volt is applied across R1 and R2. Now this voltage sends a current of I amperes in the circuit. So in this circuit we have voltage, current and resistances. Now in series circuit, the voltage applied is dropped across R1 and R2. So what I will do here is, I will show this voltage drops. So this is small V1 and this is small V2. So V1 is the voltage drop across R1 and V2 is the voltage drop across R2. So in series circuit the voltage drops. That means in simple terms it is distributed across resistance R1 and resistance R2. And you will see the current drawn I, the same current flows through R1 and R2. So current remains constant in a series circuit. So first equation which you will learn in a series circuit is about applied voltage. Now applied voltage is always equal to the sum of all the voltage drops. Now here we have two voltage drops, V1 and V2. So voltage drop is equal to V1 plus V2. So applied voltage is the sum of all voltage drops in a series circuit. Now here physically you will see two resistances, but in electrical terms there will be only one resistance, that is called total resistance or effective resistance. So total resistance, R stands for resistance, T stands for total. So RT is equal to R1 plus R2 plus Rn. So Rn stands for the last resistance in a series circuit. So the total resistance in a series circuit is calculated by using this formula. That is, total resistance is equal to sum of all the individual resistances. So let us recollect all three features of a series circuit. Feature 1, the voltage drops across each resistance in a series circuit. Feature 2, electric current flows in one direction. Electric current has only one path to flow in the circuit. And feature 3, the total resistance is equal to sum of all the individual resistances. That is, the total resistance increases in a series circuit. Two resistances of 100 ohms and 200 ohms are connected in series. Calculate the total resistance. Now first you have to identify in which connection they are connected. So they are connected in series. So R1 is equal to 100 ohms and R2 is equal to 200 ohms. So let us construct this circuit of two resistances connected in series. So here the resistance is 100 ohms and here it is 200 ohms. So RT will be equal to R1 plus R2. Now Rn is the last resistance in this circuit. So Rn becomes the second resistance. So the formula ends with R1 plus R2. Now here this will be 100 plus 200. So that is 300 ohms. So RT is equal to 300 ohms. So the total resistance of this circuit is 300 ohms. Now individual resistances are 100 ohms and 200 ohms. So since the total resistance is 300 ohms, the total resistance in a series circuit always increases. So 300 is greater than 100 and 200 individual ohms. Problem 2. Three resistances of 3 ohms, 2 ohms and 1 ohm are connected in series across 6 volt DC supply. Calculate A, the total resistance, B, the main current drawn in the circuit, C, the individual voltage drops. Now let us construct the circuit first. So this is one resistance, second resistance and third resistance. So three resistances of 3 ohms, 2 ohms and 1 ohm are connected in series across 6 volt DC supply. So your circuit is like this. So you have to calculate number 1, the total resistance. So to calculate the total resistance, you use the formula RT is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So value of R1 is 3 ohms, value of R2 is 2 ohms and value of R3 is 1 ohm. So the total resistance of the circuit is 6 ohms. Now what does this 6 ohms mean? Electrically, this electrical circuit is reduced to only one resistance whose value is 6 volt, whose value is 6 ohms, and the voltage applied remains same, that is 6 volt. So physically there are 3 resistances, but in electrical term there is only one resistance. So this is the total resistance or the effective resistance of the circuit. So point 2, main current. I is equal to voltage upon R. So current is equal to voltage upon resistance. So that is, voltage is 6 volt and total resistance is 6. So that is 1 ampere. So current drawn is 1 ampere. So 1 ampere current flows through 3 ohm, 2 ohm and 1 ohm. So in order to calculate the current, we have to first calculate the total resistance. So after calculating the total resistance and with the help of voltage applied to the circuit, we determine how much current is flowing through the resistance. Point 3. Individual voltage drops. Individual voltage drops means 6 volt will be dropped across 3 ohms, 2 ohms and 1 ohm. So we want to know how much voltage is dropped across 3 ohm, 2 ohm and 1 ohm. So voltage drop across 3 ohms is equal to current multiplied by first resistance. Now in series, current has only one way to flow. That means current remains constant in the circuit. So this is 1 multiplied by 3. So 3 volts is dropped across 3 ohms resistance. Now voltage drop across 2 ohms is I multiplied by R2. Now current remains same, whereas the value of the resistance changes. So here is 2 volts. Similarly, voltage drop across 1 ohm is equal to I multiplied by R3. That is 1 into 1. That is 1 volt. So 3 volt will be dropped across 3 ohms. 2 volt will be dropped across 2 ohms and 1 volt will be dropped across 1 ohm. Now here, if you add all the voltage drops, it becomes 6 volt. So 6 volt is the applied voltage. Now uses of series connection. Series connection is not used for house wiring, but still it is a very important connection. Where it is used? Number 1, it is used for testing of continuity. Suppose your electric iron is not working. You have to test it in series. Now in laboratories you are working on circuit diagrams. You have to first test in series before giving the supply. So series connection is used for testing of faulty appliances, or in other words, it is used for testing of continuity. All fan regulators are connected in series with the fan to regulate the speed of the fan. So fan regulators are connected in series with the fan. So number 3, choke coils which are used in fluorescent tube circuits are always connected in series with the tubes or with the tube circuit. So in other words, wherever you want to drop the voltage, you have to think of series connection. Here I have connected 3 lamps in series. So series means phase I have connected to the first lamp. From the first lamp I have connected to the second lamp to the third lamp, and the third lamp ending is connected to the neutral. So all these 3 lamps are connected in series and they are connected to a single phase auto transformer. So with the help of this auto transformer, I am varying the voltage, and you will see what will be the change when we connect 3 lamps in series. So at present the voltage is 0. Here you can see the voltage now is 0. Now with the help of the knob of the single phase auto transformer, I am slowly increasing the voltage. Now the voltage is 40 volts. So none of the lamps start glowing. So I start increasing to 100 volts. Now you see the filament has slightly started giving light. So I increase it to 230. So in a series circuit, the voltage drops. Now these all lamps, lamp 1, lamp 2, lamp 3, they are 100 watts lamp. So when you give 230 volts, they burn brightly. Now 230 volts is given across 3 lamps in series. So in series the voltage drops, and that is the reason why these lamps glow dim. Now let us take out any one lamp from the series circuit. So now there are only 2 lamps and one place of the lamp is empty. So I give again voltage to this circuit. So I give 230 volts. Now what you see here, none of the lamps work. The reason is there is open circuit at this end. So when there is open circuit, current cannot flow from this wire to this wire. So in series circuit, there is only one way for the current to flow. So in series circuit, you learn about 2 points. Point 1, voltage drops across each lamp or across each resistance. And point 2, current has only one way to flow.